Well, good morning. I wanted to come out and videotape the sunrise. Beautiful Georgian Bay. There, you're sitting in front of you right now is the granaries that are wonderful in the summer, like white pillars standing up against the blue horizon. It's approximately 7:30 in the morning and really cold. I have on 4 sweaters and a jacket. There I said, look at the lights are still on. It looks kind of like bright in this video, but to me it's kind of a dark day. And there's our little downtown area, and there's one of the boats that are docked in the marina for the winter. And as I continue to pan, we have a nice walkway. We have a lot of fishermen in Georgian Bay who come out all season, even in winter. I have ice huts up a little farther in the bay, and there's a bit of a park here. And this is the marine and rail. It used to be, we're coming up to here, actually a railway station goes through Owen Sound, which I wish they still had. It would be easier transportation for me to commute back and forth to Sault Ste. Marie to see my family. And here we go back. And I guess you can't see the ice fishermen out there this morning. I don't blame them. But I'm going to take this back now. We're just going to scoot back towards the car and maybe see if we can do part of our devotional in the car. And I'm walking through the snow towards the marine and rail. And the early buses are going by. Someone else is out enjoying the morning like me. There's that nice little train thing they have there, a little boat, tugboat. I took pictures of my grandson here in the summer. I have beautiful grandchildren, the product of my beautiful children. Here we are on the other side of Georgian Bay, on the east side of Owen Sound. In my background here you can see the Chichi Man, and so I decided that I'd come over here and get a little view of this. It's a very nice place to come and shop. Behind me there's a grocery store, it's called the Met, and it's still snowing a bit, but anyways, this is the Chichi Man, and we're going to do on location today. Okay, so hang in there, I'll see you shortly. Welcome back. I'm not sure whether I'm actually in the picture or not, but what you're seeing right now before you is the Chichi Man behind me, and we're on the east side, as I told you, of Owen Sound, and I'm just going to do part of today's devotional right here on location. So I hope that's okay, and I hope I'm not too close in your face. And we're reading from Genesis 43. It's called The Second Journey to Egypt. Now, the famine was still severe in the land, so when they had eaten all the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and buy us a little more food." But Judah said to him, "The man warned us solemnly, 'You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you. If you will send your brother along with us, we will go down and buy food for you. But if you will not send him with us, we will not go down, because the man said to us, "You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you."' Israel asked, 'Why did you bring this trouble on me by telling the man you had another brother?' They replied, 'The man questioned us closely about ourselves and our family. 'Is your father still living?' he asked us. 'Do you have another brother?' We simply answered his questions. How were we to know he would say, 'Bring your brother down to us'?" Then Judah said to Israel, his father, "Send the boy along with me, and we will go at once, so that we and you and our children may live and not die. I myself will guarantee his safety. You can hold me personally responsible for him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him here before you, I will bear the blame before all of my life. As it is, if we had not delayed, we could have gone and returned twice." Then their father Israel said to them, "If it must be, then do this. Put some of the best products of the land in your bags and take them down to the man as a gift. A little balm, a little honey, some spices and myrrh, some pistachio nuts and almonds. Take double the amount of silver with you, for you must return the silver that was put into your mouths of your sacks. Perhaps it was a mistake. Take your brother also, and go back to the man at once. And may God Almighty grant you mercy before the man, so that he will let your other brothers and Benjamin come back with you. As for me, if I am bereaved, I am bereaved." So the men took the gifts and double amount of silver, and Benjamin also. They hurried down to Egypt and presented themselves to Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, "Take these men to my house, slaughter an animal, and prepare dinner. They are to eat with me at noon." The man did as Joseph told him and took the men to Joseph's house. Now the men were frightened when they were taken to his house. They thought, "We were brought here because of the silver that was put back into the sacks the first time. He wants to attack us and overpower us and seize us as slaves and take our donkeys." So they went up to Joseph's steward and spoke to him at the entrance of the house. "Please, sir," they said, "we came down here the first time to buy food, but at the place where we were stopped for the night, we opened our sacks, and each of us found his silver, the exact weight, in the mouth of his sack. So we have brought it back with us, and we have also brought additional silver with us to buy food. We didn't know who put our silver in our sacks." "It's all right," he said. "Don't be afraid. Your God, the God of your fathers, has given you treasure in your sacks. I received your silver." Then he brought Simeon out to them. The steward took the men into Joseph's house and gave them water to wash their feet and provided fodder for their donkeys. They prepared their gifts for Joseph's arrival at noon because they had heard that they were eating there. When Joseph came home, they presented to him the gifts they had brought into the house, and they bowed down before him to the ground. He asked them how they were, and then he said, "How is your aged father? You told me about him. Is he still living?" They replied, "Your servant, our father, is still alive and well." And they bowed low to pay him honor. As he looked about and saw his brother Benjamin, his own mother's son, he asked, "Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about?" And he said, "God be gracious to you, my son." Deeply moved at the sight of his brother, Joseph hurried out and looked for a place to weep. He went into his private room and wept there. After he had washed his face, he came out and controlled himself, served the food. They served him by himself, the brothers by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, because Egyptians could not eat with Hebrews, for that is detestable in Egypt. The men had been seated before him in the order of their age, from the firstborn to the youngest, and they looked at each other in astonishment when portions were served to them from Joseph's table. Benjamin's portion was 5 times as much as anyone else's, so they feasted and drank freely with him. And this is the end of chapter 43, and we're going to do 44 later on in the warmth of my home. And now that I'm at the Met, I'm going to do a bit of shopping, and I'll head back, and you can check section 2 or set 2 after I get it done. Okay, thank you. Be blessed.